What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's good?
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to the awesome, like I was saying, podcast or whatever with
Whatever, your girl though. And
it's me, baby.
thank you for tuning in. Hopefully y'all had a good weekend, a good week. You know, the holiday is coming up, July 4th.
We starting a hot girl summer coming up.
Facts. And my birthday is coming up, which is also another holiday on the 1st. So make sure, in the comments, say happy birthday.
We're gonna drop her cash app. Send a little something.
Cash out on it, babe. You heard. I'm out here. I'm a mama. Okay?
And for no other reason.
Exactly. It's my birthday. But yeah, so how was your weekend?
Oh, yeah. My weekend was, I was like, what did I do this weekend? My weekend was good.
Mm-hmm.
Went, celebrated one of my friend's birthdays on Friday night. And when I tell you, either it's just like the vibe that you have with certain people, or maybe like I'm just becoming so much more comfortable with like being in the house to celebrate things. We turned up. Got some Mexican food, got some wine, had some like good like random conversation that just came off the top that just flowed into like an hour to 2 hours of just talking.
Okay.
Yeah, it was real nice and cute. Like get so caught up in the conversation that what we were there to do, we didn't end up doing. Like I brought like a cute little canvas. We're gonna do a little paint night. Didn't even touch it.
That's a good time though.
Didn't touch it.
That just means y'all have fun.
Yeah. So that was Friday. Saturday I had a whole like thing planned, and I was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. About none of that shit. And so I stayed in for the first part of Saturday, which I was happy about because the sky fell open.
Baby, the whole sky.
The whole sky just completely collapsed.
But it kept going back and forth. It was like raining. Okay, nice. Raining. Nice. Skyfall. A little bit nice. Skyfall again.
Yeah.
I was just like, what is going on?
Nah, where I was at, it was like one real good like flash flood, and then the rain stopped, and then we hung out.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, darn it.
Go get it.
Alright. Be like
ERB, our guest that we had, Renee Archibald, the beautiful authoress that came and sat with us, maybe 5 episodes, maybe or more back, and we were discussing her book, The Ancient Ones. She has officially published it, and Velvet is running and scurrying to go get the book. Da, 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 da.
Here it is, so make sure you go check it out. If y'all can remember, it's called The Ancient Ones by my lovely cousin, Renee Archibald. It is on Amazon. She's also creating a website that we will post when we get the information that you can buy it. So, support.
Yes, absolutely.
Support.
It was really good. The copy that we got, it wasn't finished. She was still in the process of doing it, so I'm really excited to see how it ends. But definitely a great read. If you want, like I said, we'll drop the information. Definitely make sure you go support. She's doing it all on her own. It's a really awesome thing.
Yes. So I'm very excited for her. Bitch, I'll be next. Ha!
Be in this thing.
Ha! Off the rest of the series.
Yeah, so we went to her release party she had, and then we enjoyed a little bit of night on the town.
Yes, we went to the beach.
We did. We went to the beach.
What did we do?
We went to the haunted house on the strip.
Oh, hold on. We gotta tell that story though. So we go to the strip, Virginia Beach. If y'all don't know,
Not native.
Yes, and then I don't know the name of it. Is it just haunted?
Like the haunted mansion, or the haunted house, something like that. It's the only one on the strip.
Yes, and I have lived here 98% of my life. Never been.
Oh, it's like my third or fourth time.
Never been, and I wanted to go, and so my best friend was in town as well. He went to the event. And so we all went to the beach, had a good time, drank a little bit. But I was like, we should do that. They were about to close, so we finally make it to them. There are some kids in front of us. what, like 14, between 14, 16
Yeah.
age range.
Three girls.
Yes, and 2 boys. And then the mama was on the side. Whichever mama, I don't know whose mama was what, but the mama was on the side, And she was like, she won't go in there. We already knew she won't. But the boys was like, all hard. We going, it's good.
Gang.
And then the girls, a couple of girls was like, one girl was like, yeah, I'm going to go. And then she kept going back and forth. One was like, dead. And
she stood off to the side the whole time. She was not half-footing it at all.
There was one that really kept going back and forth. Like, she was like, I'm going to go. Oh, I'm going to. And so it was finally their turn to go in, and only 7 people could go in, I think, at a time. And so we were like, all right, so y'all go or not? So the boys go up, they pay, and then the girls were just standing to the side. So, all right, cool. So we go, and then the girls were like, all right, we're going to go. So it's 2 girls that went. The other one, they said no from the beginning. She was on the side. She said, no, I'm good. So we go in, we pay. They tell us to go up the steps and stand on the platform. And number 1, when he said, all y'all got to stand on the platform, first thing came in my head is, what the fuck about to happen?
You about to move?
Yes.
Out of your feet?
That's literally what went through my head. What did go through your head or nothing? Well, you've been there before.
No,
so,
I didn't remember any of my experiences, but no, nothing went through my head. I was like, I guess that's their opportunity to explain what they're supposed to do.
See, me, I was like, something about to happen. Either this doll thing that's behind us about to pop out, or this ground about to start shaking. I don't know what it is. So one foot was on the platform, one was on the steps. I was going high.
You were halfway.
Yes.
You were halfway. Now
Didn't go high. You see. I was going high. Where we going? But then he started explaining stuff, and one of the girls was not having it.
She was like, I want my refund. And next thing I know, both girls done lucked out.
Yes, and so the dudes was like, no, the dudes were trying to get them to stay, and they're like, well, let them go in front of us. And the girls was like, no. They were like, no, let's go. The host was like, well, y'all, you in here, you gotta go now. She was like, you can't make me. I was laughing so hard. I was like, hey, just go. But the 2 girls left. They bounced, and then they were like, all right. The dudes that were trying to act hard was like, all right, y'all go ahead and lead. So we're going up the steps, and Fee Baby is the leader. And then it's my best friend, me, and the 2 gentlemen behind me. And so my best friend and I are holding hands. I think he was holding your hand as well on his shoulder.
We were doing something, yeah. There was some type of physical connection.
Yeah, so he was holding some body part. And so we're holding hands, and as I'm walking, the 2 dudes behind me was like, hold on, we're going to hold hands too. We family now. I could not stop laughing.
You were hilarious.
I could not stop laughing. I was like, and the first thing that popped in my head was, COVID. And I was like, all right, I'm going to hold hands, but the first thing I did afterwards is I sanitized. But yeah, so hold hands.
You took on the mama role and didn't even realize it. Because it was babies.
But
they were so cute, though.
Yes. And so we're, they're holding my hand. We're going through. Fee Baby is leading, baby. We're going. The lights are all out.
We busting the left. We busting the right.
Yes.
You turn.
Something was shaking. Boys was screaming behind me like.
At a point, Aaron lost connection. I was like, I'm going to continue to go. If you're not holding me, Aaron, you going to stay back there. I was like, I'm going.
That shit was crazy. So then she's going. She's leading. We're going. We're moving through. There's some screens here and there, but apparently there was someone. There was someone chasing us. I couldn't see because it was pitch ass black because we were in the hall at that time. Pitch ass black. There was no lights from anything else. It's dark. And then the 2 boys behind me was like, oh my God, there's someone behind us. And they're on my heel. So I'm on my best friend's heel, and he's on her heel.
And I was like, whoa, what is going on?
It was like a push. I was like, they pushing me, we pushing together.
I was like, I can't see shit.
Yes.
I'm literally just taking my hand and like going in front. I was like, I don't know, okay.
And then something came from this side, and they're like, the funniest shit of my life. I enjoyed that so much.
It was,
and I was so happy
fun.
that they went because that shit was. If the girls had came, I think it would have been worse. It would have been as funny.
We would have left them. They would have been. They would have been gone because they would have stopped at some point.
And they would have screamed the whole damn time.
I'm not stopping this train. We out. He was like, bro, they're just humans like us. You just gotta think about it like that. They're just humans like us. I was like, whatever you gotta make it through, baby. Whatever you gotta say.
But the thing that was funny as fuck was when we got out. So we got out, and the 2 gentlemen dap up my best friend. She was the leader. They didn't get no dap. They didn't get nothing.
Like, was dapping him up? Like,
but he, in the middle of it, though, he really was like, whoever the leader is, like while we were in the maze, he was like, whoever the leader is killing it. I love the leader. Like he was saying that a couple of times, and I was like, all right, well I'll tell her she can't hear him. But he said it a couple of times. But when we got out, his mama and the girls, or their whoever, the parent and the girls were waiting, and they go out all hard, like, man, that won't nothing. We was killing, we ain't screaming at all. It was good. And I'm just looking like, should I bust a bubble or no? But I didn't. I just let them. I was like, go ahead, be a little kid. You know, be cute if that's your date. I don't know what it is. Be cute. But that shit was fucking funny. I think that was probably the best part of that.
It was so good. It was so funny.
That shit was so funny.
It was just such a, I think the part I liked, it was just a pure experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like strangers, and like they were younger, so like there's just like an age difference, but there was still like just a pure connection and experience with everyone. It was so much fun.
That was good. I really enjoyed that. Okay.
Yes.
And it's Sunday.
Yeah. Sunday, I was filled with a bunch of errands that like I just kept putting off. I was like, okay, got it. Because I've been all around. I haven't been home a lot lately either. I've been away on the weekends, and then during the week I've been working, and then after work I literally have stuff to do. So I was like, Sunday I was like, I have to do all the shit I've been canceling. I need to do it now. So for the most part, that's what Sunday was. And then I rewatched, because we were at the book release. I wasn't able to watch the verses. We couldn't watch the verses, so I rewatched the verses by myself. I was in my house boogieing, and the night was finished with my sister and my niece and nephew coming over, and I played a memory game with her. We flipped the cards and got to match it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I remember that.
It was that. So that's how my weekend went. It was a nice balance of turn up and children.
Okay.
Yeah. So what about your weekend?
I was like, what? I was trying to figure out where I started. So I was off. My weekend started on Thursday night because I was off on Friday.
Remind us. Me.
Friday, I really just chilled for the most part during the day. I'm trying to really remember what the fuck I did. I got my nails done because I picked up my son afterwards. Shut up. I got my nails done. What else? There was something else I did, but I can't think of what it was. Oh, I hung out with my younger sister because she got off and she was, wanted to chat. So we hung out, got Mexican. That's the picture I posted, and you were like, ooh.
Oh, the burritos.
Yes.
Taco burrito.
There's a place in Chesapeake that was really good. So that's where we went, and our drinks were cheap as food. And so we went there and ate there, had a good time. I got my nails done, and then I went and picked up my son because his birthday was yesterday, Sunday, and we all know we record on Mondays. He said it so much time.
Oh yeah.
So his birthday was the 27th, so I picked him up, and then we just really hung out and chilled. My best friend came into town on Friday night, and we really just relaxed. That was really it. Saturday was busy as fuck. We went to this new place called Circuit something in Norfolk, off of Grand Street. Oops, excuse me.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. I know what you're talking about. It has a lot of arcade games in it.
Yeah, there's a beer and wine mall.
It does. You like load a card or something?
Yeah, you just put
like
the card in there, and yeah. So that was wonderful. So I went there. Kids played. We did some bowling. They played a game. It was my son and his two little kid friends, and they had fun. I had fun, enjoyed it. Then after that, he wanted to have an all-boys sleepover, so my house was overran by boys, and that's when we went to the event. And then the beach and all that stuff Saturday. Came back, knocked out fairly quickly. Like I think it was.
We got back late enough.
Yeah, but I was hungry, remember? And
you were.
Yeah, I didn't even eat.
Did not work out that way.
Yeah, I just was like, sleep, cool. Because I knew that we had to wake up early for the beach on Sunday. So we went to the beach on Sunday. The scenery and everything was gorgeous. My son and the kids had fun. So that was cool. It was hot as fuck. It drizzled like a little bit at the beginning and then it stopped. But it was hot. I tried to put up that tent shit that I got from Amazon. Irritated me. And the shit did not work. So that part was not fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to Olive Garden, my son's favorite fucking place all the time. So we went there, um, and I did a recording of his happy birthday song. He did not like it. He does not like to be put on the spot, and I realized that for the last time, I guess. But I was we were recording it, and he just was looking like, it's not for me. I don't like it. He ate the fuck out the cupcake, but he didn't. He does not like all the attention on him. Mm-hmm. So he was not feeling that. But he enjoyed it, ate his food, and then he went to his dad's house. I went out and hung out with my male friend for like maybe an hour. Um, then I went to go pick him back up because he just went over to his dad's house for an hour. And then came home, chilled. They would play some games, and that's really about it.
I did forget to mention, I did try a new place in Hampton. Food. It's predominantly seafood. It's this place called Poor Girls, P-O-U-R.
Mm-hmm.
I had this.
Seafood sounds good.
Yeah, I had this fried fish sandwich that had crab dip on it. It was called the Capsizer.
It was delicious.
It was delicious. Their fries are really good. My friend got these pulled pork tacos. It was really good. It was really good. Try. We do. They actually have a cute, like, as I'm exploring Hampton more now that I live there, they've got like this like strip of like food restaurants that are like right beside each other in downtown Hampton area. Mm-hmm. And actually that area is pretty cute. I kind of want to go walk over there and kind of explore it a bit.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah. So we had a nice little event.
Yeah, nice little
weekend. Yeah. So that was the weekend. And now it's time to get into the occurrences.
Well, I guess, are we talking about verses first? Or?
Did you want to start with verses, or did you want to get some of the...
Heavy shit out the way?
Some of the more, important. That way we can kind of end on a more lighter note.
Okay. Well, you can go ahead and start.
So, Derek Chauvin, the police officer that murdered George Floyd, was sentenced and was given 22 and a half years, when I think the minimum was like 30 some, that the maximum that the maximum that he could have been given was like maybe 30 some, I think. He was given 22 and a half years and will be eligible for early release 15 years on good behavior. So the judge had, when he was about to give him his sentence, he was talking about how egregious he was and all of the excessive use of force that he gave and all this XYZ, as if he was going to give this sentence that was going to be equivalent to the crime that he committed. And when he ended up giving him less than what he could, which was the maximum, obviously, it was very disappointing, to say the least. A lot of people would say that was the expectation that he wasn't going to get, which I definitely understand and I agree with. Very disappointing that justice was not properly served in the situation. I mean, at least I can't even say at least, but I'm glad he was sentenced. He was found guilty, and that he wasn't able to hide behind anything. And hopefully, this would be a trend for those to come, that they will continue to find them guilty, sentence them, put them away, and find them of wrongdoing in these situations where they are unjustly murdering Black people. So, what are your thoughts?
I am happy that he was sentenced and that he did not get off. I can't really say disappointed because I knew it was going to happen, but I just don't get how he only received, and I say only, 22 and a half years when he definitely should have gotten the max for his crime, because people of lesser crimes get the max of goddamn 50 years for some shit. You can sell marijuana or whatever you want to call it, or coke or crack or whatever. You know how many years those people get?
Or this person, property crimes.
Yes.
Would that be theft?
Yeah. Or even if you want to say arson, but if you do arson, let's say you burnt down somebody's house, but nobody was in it, so no one was harmed, but you burnt down somebody's house, you get a lot of years for that. Mm-hmm. But for physically killing a person, you only get 22 and a half years.
When it's all recorded, like there's not speculation. There is evidence. There's video. So it's also different in this aspect because you can show it. You're not having to describe it. Mm-hmm. You're not having to piece together things. You're not having to visualize it in your mind. There's hardcore like things in your face to show you what happened, and all of that so does not evoke in that judge's mind that he needs the mandatory maximum,
which is crazy
for that. So that's the part that is just kind of more mind-boggling. Is like when you a lot of times when you hear about these like. Even outside of just this heinous murders in general, it's left to the imagination what happened. You know, they're left to describe it, but you have literal video footage, eyewitness accounts. You have his daughter who made her statement to the judge about, you know, wanting to see her father, missing him, wanting to play with him, and asking about where he's at. Like, how does that not evoke within you that he's deserving, if not life, then at least the maximum that's being sought for by the family. And then the mother of Derek decided to talk about how her son's not racist, how this situation is not who her son is. Those things are just not, regardless, there's a piece of, okay, this is your son, you know, you have an idea of him as separate and apart from the world. That's always just going to be the thing. No matter what a child does. When there's serial killers, even, what was it?
Was a loving kid, which I get. I have a son, so I'm quite sure that I may have been possibly in her shoes if my son was to do. I don't know if I would say all of those things, but I probably would say
it's just not the
something like,
space.
That's not what, you know.
It's not the appropriate space for her feelings to be broadcasted there. Yeah. It's just not. It just wasn't. If anything, that should have been an opportunity to either, you know, give remorse to the family who's lost someone. Mm-hmm. It's not for you to try to, you know, save his character and save face for him. Yeah, no, he committed a heinous crime, and he's deserving of what he's getting. So for her, his mother, to give that tearful speech wanting to evoke emotion in people, I just think was just very tasteless. Like I said, I understand that, you know, that doesn't void your emotions that you have as the mother of the person, but there's an appropriate time
and place for it.
That was not it.
It was not at all. No. And I really don't get how the maximum for killing someone is 30-something years. But again, you can sell drugs and get fucking 100 years.
So unfortunately, the thing also is, so the other officers that were involved have not been tried yet. Which,
they're going to get
my
less.
Deductive reasoning would mean that they're going to receive less sentences.
Well, he should have got the max then, so then they could get
the 22 and a half.
Or some, 15 or whatever it is. But if he's getting 22, they're going to get like 7.
Yeah, you can't sentence them more when he played the largest role in
it. Yeah.
I mean, there is a possibility they may, because the other 2 of them at least are people of color. One's an Asian, I think one's a black man. The other officers. So,
but then that's a whole other ballgame, and I think at that point they could technically then say some things about race against the judge.
They could, but I mean, you know how it all works.
Yeah,
there could be, could be outrage against how less of a sentence he got, and so they turn around and try to write them giving him such less of a sentence and reprimand them.
But then that would be stupid. I don't think the judge would. Yeah, but then they at that point really could go after the conduct of the judge at that point. If he physically is the one that killed him, they played a part, but he physically did the crime.
Or if he's the judge presiding over it all. Yeah. If it's different judges, then they have the ability to use their own discretion.
Yeah, but that's going to be interesting. So he should have got the max period, and the other ones, since they did not do what they're supposed to do, then I feel, me personally, y'all should all get the same. That's just, you literally helped someone kill somebody. So technically, y'all should all just get the same. He did the dirt, but bitch, y'all was there.
If you want to support your brother in office,
not for that.
While you're there, then support him in the sentence.
Fact. And
that's just going to stop him.
They're not going to put him in a gym pop, though.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
he would not survive a day.
There's a lot of speculation as far as what he may decide to do with his own life once he is
inside.
inside.
Probably. Because I can't even say, of course, watching movies and things, but you know how those correction officers be sometimes?
A lot of them are white, so.
A lot of them are black, too.
That's
There's
true.
a lot. Depending on where he going. What state this is?
Oh, this is, not Michigan. Minnesota.
Okay, so no, it's probably.
So, but.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I don't get it. Because even, like I said, I was telling you today, you can see how a lot of people don't like to say that color plays a part. And unfortunately for those people, I'm going to say this, y'all are blind. I don't know what else to say past that point. Y'all are blind. I literally saw it today.
Mm-hmm.
How a person selling, doing drugs, whatever it may be, caught with drugs, got X amount of years, and then this other person that did a way lesser crime got, what is, I was going to say 6 tuplets, but that's not it, that's children. But more than triple the time of the other person that did a more severe crime. And the one that did the drugs was a Caucasian male. The one that did the other thing was a black male. And I literally saw today, I just was like, I don't get it. I had to leave the courtroom because I just, what's the word I'm looking for?
It was ridiculous. It's hard to wrap your mind around. Like,
yes, and I was disgusted.
You know it, but to see it.
Yes, to see it, and not just see it, on TV and stuff like that, but to physically see it, and then literally in the room that I was in, there was only, I think, like 3 black people. Myself, the defendant, and then one of the, one of the officers were black. Other than that, everybody else in the room was Caucasian. So when the judge had mentioned the sentence that was provided for the crime that was provided, I literally just looked at the defendant. Like, we looked at each other at the same damn time. It was like and I think he could see on my face, like I had my mask on, but he could see on my face through just my eyes of like the confusion and I don't even know. But like, and I think I'm quite sure that I teared up. Even though I have no idea who this person is. I don't know anything about that person. But I just was like, I just don't get it. I don't. And I had to leave because I was like, it just was, my blood was boiling. And of course we're in a courtroom, so, I can't do no outrageous things or anything. But it just disgusted me. Like, I was very disgusted by all this shit that I was hearing about these other people that came through. He was the only black person defended. Mm-hmm. Everybody else that saw and came through before him were all Caucasian, whether male or female. All of them. It was like, you get these many years. And then when I heard that, I was like, bitch, what? Mm-hmm. I'm confused. Like, it was more than 30 years, y'all. We're going to move past it.
Yeah, so we'll see how, as they continue to have the trials for the other officers involved, kind of what the trend becomes, and then, of course, for such as, Breonna Taylor and Ahmaud Arbery, still waiting to see how that all is going to pan out. Just very curious to see how it all unfolds. Again, happy they convicted him. There should have been more served in that situation. But as we said, we're going to go in. That's why we started there. Now we're going to kind of go into some things. So recently there was a flight.
They had like 80 women on it, coming back from the DOVR.
Getting flued out
and flew back to get some BBL.
Yes, over 20 women came back from the Dominican Republic with Brazilian butt lifts, surgeries that were done. And the airline was frantically trying to find, enough wheelchairs to be able to accommodate that many people. And they were like, if you can walk, please walk because we don't have enough for you guys to sit or enough people to push you guys in these wheelchairs. And a part of me almost thought that this was fake at first.
I definitely did when you said it to me.
I thought it was
like,
fake. I didn't realize that many people are going to get these procedures done.
It's cheap.
It is cheap.
But we don't know what they put in the ass, I think.
I mean, but not only that, it really speaks to like
the perception of the body.
The perception of the body and how many people. That's just one flight. So I just wonder, of the flight attendants, all that, how much more frequently are they seeing this? Like, is this a very regular occurrence? I talked to somebody the other day who mentioned going and getting one done and saying that it was only $2,000. Only $2,000. Only $2,000.
What are they putting in your body?
Like, that doesn't sound concerning. That it's only $2,000.
But I guess it's also because like they're cheaper over there.
I mean, true. I mean, I know somebody else who went down to Florida and got it done. I think it was like maybe $4,000, and it's just like I don't know. And another thing is, I mean, do what you want with your body, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, do you own a home? Do you own a car? Are your priorities, like your bills, caught up? Like, I just see people like spending such mass amounts to like appease others. I mean, in a way, it's you doing it for yourself, which I don't knock anyone doing for themselves for gratification. Like, if that's what you want to do, but like also understand it's not a reflection of society pushing on you, and you feel like you need to create this body that's not even really naturally occurring. Like your hip proportions, your waist proportions, like it's just, and like what's the long term? I mean, everyone's doing it now, but what does that look for you long term? Like, how does that surgery, and I think we mentioned before, the BBLs have the highest mortality rate of them because there's a vein that they have to operate around, and that if something happens, you bleed out. Like, that's where you see people talking about, like, oh, they come back for complications. And it's not that they're having botched surgeries, it's that it's a very dangerous surgery that they're having. And a lot of people don't even understand the health parameters or the health risks.
Or the anatomy of the body?
To get that done. I mean, a lot of people don't think that it's anything. They just think it's just cutting you open, taking some out, putting it in. They don't. I mean, your body's literally made of blood vessels and veins. Everywhere. Even your ass. So...
Definitely your ass, because when you get it smacked,
Hey. Blood rises to the surface.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Mine's come red.
Nah. I don't knock it. If that's what you want to do, then, that is your choice. If you want to go to DR or wherever it is, but it's cheaper, that's your choice. You just have to realize there are... I just, and like I said, I'm not knocking it because I had thought at one point that I wanted to do the fat transfer, like from my stomach to my booty. I didn't want like a foreign object in my butt, so I don't want like the whatever they say.
I think for a Brazilian butt lift, it's similar to that. I think it is like almost like the mommy makeover as well. I think they are able to transplant. I don't think.
Not all of them though, because some of them don't have that to transfer. So I have no idea. But I think usually it can be, or if they don't have enough, then it's the
implants,
whatever, yeah.
Or shots or whatever.
Whatever, yeah. And so if I was to do it, which I wouldn't, baby like me how I am.
I know that's right.
And if you don't, then that just means we ain't meant to be.
Right.
That's just my take on it. Like, if you don't like me for who I am, then there's no point in us going past that point. Like my body's not going to change much.
Right.
Like, even though I may fluctuate in weight, things of that nature, but it ain't going to grow a booty over time. Overnight, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You can do some exercise and stuff. It may get firm, but bitch, it ain't going to go from this to this. That's just, it's not how that works. So, you either going to like it or not.
Have you seen the show, like the remake show of She's Gotta Have It?
Mm-hmm.
Where the friend goes and gets ass shots.
Yeah, and from an underground lady with some terrible Botox shit. Mm-hmm. And then her ass fell and shit let out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, became horribly infected. And it's a all common thing. Moral is, one, understand what you're doing it for. Two, that's a lot of money to be spending. I just hope priorities are in order with spending that money.
Three, just don't do it. Love yourself. God made you, or whoever you believe in, made you a specific way. And if you're doing it for a person, again, the right person is gonna love you for who you are. If you're doing it because I don't know why a person would do it. The only reason I would say is really because you're trying to appease someone, whether it's the culture, whether it's your family, or your man, your woman, or whoever it may be. That's the only reason I foresee you doing it. Which is, again, the only reason I was going to do it is because most men want a girl with an ass. And that was the reason I was going to do it. I like ass too. I like to look at people's asses. It's just how it is. Yes, I like to look at someone's asses. Or actually someone's asses.
They got multiple?
Apparently. If that thing real big, girl, that thing is ass big.
You assing over there.
Like Soldier would say, Dre, ass is. But I like to look at them, so I get why, men like it. I understand it. But you have to realize of why you're doing it. Why do you really want it? If it's for someone else, you shouldn't do something for someone else.
Yeah.
If you're doing it truly because of yourself, because you feel like that's going to make you feel better, then okay. It may not. But I would probably go to counseling before making that whole change first to see why you want to do it.
I agree. Just like with weight loss surgeries, things like that, there's a requirement for you to speak to someone and to understand what your body, why you're doing it, and the effects that it's going to have on your body, and the type of lifestyle you're going to have to lead afterwards in order to understand that it's a lifestyle change, and it's not something that you can just do and expect to be different. You can't, you got there by one way, so you got to change how you're thinking of it. So,
well, I hope everything works out for them, and their booty turn out the way they wanted to turn out, and no complications. And do what you do.
I mean, but speaking of Soulja, speaking of Soulja Boy, so I definitely was excited for this versus Bow Wow and Soulja.
I can't really say I was excited. I enjoyed it when I watched it, but I wasn't as excited as you were. Like I was
So
cool. But yeah.
I just enjoy specifically the people who I grew up on, my middle school, high school. That nostalgic piece is priceless for me. Millennium Tour, I'm in there. The moment they said it, I want to go. There's just something about that piece of my childhood that I enjoy very much. It just transplants me, and I enjoy it. So watching it definitely put me there.
So who do you think won?
In my opinion, it was all Bow Wow. Right? So, and I would say even if it wasn't just based off songs, the energy that Bow Wow brought to it versus Soulja Boy, completely different.
He was having a concert.
Presences. Yes. Bow Wow, and I did not realize the type of performer Bow Wow was and is. He is a great performer. He has great stage presence and energy.
It's probably because he's been doing it since he was so young. And
Absolutely.
At that point, you're young, you bouncing around the stage, so it was just something normal.
He had a little show that bow, bow, bow. He started a little show. He said, hold up, let me get started. Let me get the show going. I really, really, really enjoyed it. And I feel like they had a good camaraderie going. It was a little shades.
Baby, a little. At the beginning, shade was thrown on both ends. Soulja Boy just...
I weak how y'all dare to give y'all throwback hits, and Soulja just kept shaking him you ain't got no hits from now. You ain't still making music.
Sir, you played one song 3 times. Sir.
He played the original.
Yeah.
Played the remix.
And then another remix.
Another version of the remix. Because I think he has Nicki and Montana on it.
And number one, didn't even know there was a remix. So,
no, they debuted it. It was the world premiere at the Versus.
Oh.
Yeah, they world premiered it there at the Versus.
So,
yes.
Same fucking song 3 times.
Bow was not happy about it.
I was not either.
Bow, you just gonna keep playing this over and over again?
And then when he kept playing songs that bitch won't even end.
But I think that's where it was his beats.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's fair game in the verses.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that is fair game.
Mm-hmm.
But
so we got mark you down 2 times because you played the same song, so that's 1. So no.
Yeah.
No.
Who do you think won?
Absolute Bow Wow. I'll
Yeah.
bet. Before the thing even started, I knew it was gonna be Bow Wow. Soulja Boy ain't got that many hits like that. Bow Wow been doing it for like, he don't have his. Bow Wow been doing it since he was like goddamn 9, 12, whatever age he was, a little boy. And even though he don't got hits now, he still has more hits than Soulja.
So the argument isn't how many hits y'all have against one another. It's for the amount that y'all are playing in that show. Yes, Bow Wow absolutely has more than Soulja has.
And the songs that he played was better than the songs that he played. The only one that Soulja Boy played that beat Bow Wow was Dump. Dump beat Bow Wow, whatever
Kiss me through
song.
the phone. Baby, you know that I miss you. I wanna get with you, but I can't.
But I think the song that he played against Bow Wow song, I think Bow Wow won that one. But again, yeah. The only song that for sure that I can remember that when it was the one song against the one song, it was Dump. Again, I don't remember what Bow Wow played because Dump outbeat it. But Dump beat it, and apparently some girl was shaking ass, and that's what Bow Wow was like. You should play that song 3 times. I was like, fat. He said, so we can see what that girl doing again. But yeah, no, Bow Wow's all of the energy. He bought out my girl Debrat.
Yeah.
So I was feeling that. He bought out Marianne's. And we gotta talk about Let Me Hold You.
Yes.
And then he played the song with him and H.E.R. Are you gonna go ahead and do the verse?
Okay. Hold on. I never had nobody show me all the things that you gon' show me in a special way. I feel when you hold me, we gon' always be together, baby. That's what you told me, and I believe it. I never had nobody do me like you.
That shit. Because when that started, and it started, I was like, oh shit, okay. So I had my whole mic and everything, y'all.
Take the deep breath.
And I was like, all right, I never had nobody. But the first time I watched, because I watched the ending part with somebody, and the first time I was killing, and they were looking at me like, oh, you know the whole, and I was like, baby, we keep going, I'm doing the whole song. That was my shit.
Yes, I happened to take a phone call while I was watching it too. I'm like, just so you know, the verses is on. So, like, if you hear me break out in song, that's what's going on.
So, yeah, that was good. And I was like, dang, H.E.R. could have came out.
No. Get it. H.E.R. ain't got no time to be doing that without him.
Absolutely not. And I was like, but it'd be funny if H.E.R. The person I was watching was like, it'd be funny if H.E.R. came out and brought out, not Future, Lord, did it back. Brought out Russell and started singing to him. And I was like, bitch, that'd be funny as But yeah, so that was good. And then at the last song was their song together.
Yes. Oh, and they brought Romeo out too.
Yes, Romeo. And his little speech. So we got to talk about it.
Yes. And I think he made a very valid point. Now, while, yes, Bow Wow and Romeo, over the longevity of their career, Romeo's career did not stand the test the way that Bow Wow's did. Romeo put out a lot less music, obviously, than Romeo did. But they definitely tried to pivot, which they do with anybody, especially in like the hip hop, rap,
R&B
field. They pinned them against each other. It was Bow Wow versus Romeo, and he was like, this was like one of the first time. This is the first time we've been on the stage together, and I want to give you your flowers, like X, Y, Z. It was really nice. I really like growing up him, especially with all like the childish banter they had about supposed to be having a versus together.
Yeah. Which
that wouldn't have made no sense. But nonetheless, I still understand where he was coming from. Not really. But, I thought that was a nice touch for him. So they let him come out and perform 1 or 2 of his songs. So I thought that was really, really cool.
Oh, really Romeo, give me a chance.
Bow, 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 bow.
Oh! But yeah, so that was cool. And then he was like, you're the Jordan of the game. And then, I'm the Kobe. I may not have the talent, but I work hard. And then he said Soulja was LeBron.
I mean, if you're just talking about then 3. If you're not putting anybody else in the conversation, I guess.
Even in the category.
You can like turn your head, squint your eyeball.
Negative.
Cool.
Negative.
All right.
No.
Got it. Yeah, I thought it was a really nice.
It was an analogy.
I liked how they kept like going off each other's songs and they would perform each other's songs, like going to like in the second half.
Yeah, first half was Shea.
Soulja's energy.
Trash.
Yeah.
I would never go to this concert. I would
so low energy. But I will say, I was supposed to go to the Millennium Tour last year. The world got shut down the weekend before I was supposed to go. It's been rescheduled to this year because, baby, I did not get a refund for my ticket. It's rescheduled for this year, November. This has renewed my energy to go back and see it.
Okay.
Me and my best friend, my sister, finna go. I'm too excited. I'm 5 excited. I'm 5 excited. Cannot
well, I
wait.
hope you enjoy.
But you know that's why they did it though, because the Millennium Tour they just put up the dates again.
Yeah.
So that's why they did the verses to
get
all pumped up again.
Absolutely. And y'all better make that money. Facts. That's how you promote. You know, just like I gotta promote my booze tour coming up. J. Cole, check it out. You know what I'm saying?
Shameless plug.
Ha!
Shameless plug.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know, you gotta promote what's gonna keep the lights on.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? Gotta promote my boo, J. Cole. Album drop. Tour coming out. Absolutely good one. Woo! So excited. Going to the one North Carolina because you know that shit will be crazy. Crazy. So actually the person supposed to be by my ticket should go ahead. You lost the bet? Buy the ticket.
Ooh. Thank you. Ooh. Guess you found someone to go with.
No, it's my ticket. I don't give a fuck if that person goes.
Ooh. Okay. Well,
I don't give a fuck if that person goes. My ticket's supposed to be bought. And I need to go out before the tickets run out. Because I'll be very upset if I don't get to go to North Carolina. I need to turn all the way up. I'm going to be in the front row. Throw me your shirt. And then I'm going to pay the extra. Because I don't know if he's going to do meet and greets. But if he does, I'll pay the extra to do meet and greet. Because, baby, I'm like, I just want to say. Actually, I just want to. Sign that booth right there.
Stranger danger.
Now, I forgot who I told the other day. I was like, I'm like, yeah, just sign my booth right there on the nipple. And they were like, what? And I said, I wouldn't say that I'd get kicked out. I was thinking in my head, but I wouldn't.
Ruin the entire experience.
No.
Like, oh, ma'am.
Well, you know. But no, so yes. You're excited about your tour. I'm excited about mine.
Yes.
We about to be lit out here, living our best life.
Yes. That's an absolute fact. So last night, there was an award show.
Yes, bitch is coming through. So the first people we got to talk about is our girl Ari Lennox.
Yes.
And our girl Jasmine Sullivan.
I want to sit on me.
Tell them.
Tell me why you deserve it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes.
And I'm just going to say all of the melanin that was flowing across the stage from the dancers to the 2 artists, it was wonderful. Ari's skin was glistening like a motherfucker. I was like, bitch, what you use? I need
Shea butter, baby.
Yes. So, like, baby.
Yes. And she's been doing a lot of work. Like, I follow her on, like, IG, like, working out. Like, she's been doing a lot of, like, it seems, from what obviously you see on social media, like, doing a lot of self-care things. Like, really investing in, like, her overall health.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you eat better, drink better, it all comes through.
Yes,
it all comes through.
Looked good. I was like, come through. The outfit. I was like, okay.
And Jasmine.
Outfit. I said, Jasmine looking good.
Yes.
Came through figure on fleek.
Booty was banging.
Yes.
She was
Face
sick.
on. Voice on. Yes. Was doing all of it. I said, I am loving this whole performance. I watched the thing like 3 times. Because I was singing my heart out. And so one time I actually had to listen to them sing, but then I was singing my heart out. That is my shit. You understand me?
Absolutely.
Love it. That was gorgeous. Then we got to go back to another melanin gentleman named Lil Nas X.
Woo!
Baby. performance.
Performance.
He was moving them hips, baby. He was moving them. Yeah. Moving them hips. And then the end, baby said, "Oh, let me kiss this gentleman beside me." And I said, "Oh, you better go ahead with tongue and all. Do you, boo?"
But I appreciated the ode to Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Remember the time.
Remember
Yes.
the time when we fell in love. You remember the time
when we first met, girl. Yeah, that was pretty dope. I really liked his performance. Obviously, with anything that poor man does, he gets backlash for it.
Yeah, there's probably gonna be something about the kids and the performance.
Yes, but it's literally a song that's about sex.
Yeah, literally.
So it's going to be a performance about exactly that. Get the fuck over it. You literally have all these other people half naked on the stage dancing,
like
gyrating.
Those two people with the twerk song.
City Girls, twerk later. I mean, even in the background of Jasmine Sullivan and Ari, the woman that was in the back getting it. Like, it's just don't.
It's because he's gay. We already know.
Yeah.
Get over it.
New show.
It's all right. Thank you. It's all right.
Yeah.
But I loved it. Loved all of it.
Yes.
Loved
he
all
is
of
so tall.
He is. And he was like, "Baby, I've been working out. I'm showing off the little pet right here."
Yes. Yes.
He was enjoying it.
Call me by your name. Yes.
So I love that. And then I guess next we're going to talk about the people we just brought up, City Girls. They was lip singing. That's all I got to say. Your turn.
Hardcore. Yes. A performance that I could have done without were the Migos.
I could have done without that performance we were just talking about.
City Girls. Yeah.
It was a down for me. It was two down. It was of Legendary. It was a child.
Yeah.
It was a whole child. Yeah. The Migos performance.
I thought the Migos was worse. Like they literally just stood on rocks and just was doing this.
I would have.
The City Girls put more energy into it.
I don't know. I think the lip singing thing does something for me, and then especially because it was lip singing and it was off. And then I don't think the performance was that good for a twerkulator song. Baby, you supposed to be throwing shit, and I don't know. I didn't care for it. Yeah. The Migos, the beat was hitting it, so that's why I think I like the Migos. The performance, period, absolutely not. Performance was boring as fuck.
Cardi came out and shut it down.
Cardi was shutting it down, and she hyped up her man, baby. You understand? She came out and was doing that, and then when his part came on, she was.
And she debuted that thing.
Yeah, she said, "Oh, baby,
by the way,
second baby on the way." So congratulations, y'all.
She looked the fuck good.
Yeah, she was fucking it up. Her performance was definitely better than the City Girls and the Migos. Migos beat was the only thing that I was rocking with. That was literally the beat, and that's usually when I listen to music anyways for the beat.
I'm super good.
But the City Girls performance gets 2 thumbs down. The Migos performance get 1 only because Cardi came in and assisted. Who was next?
Oh, what is it? Sonic Silk with Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. I, for one, love that song. Just love it. And they're just the performers are just so smooth. They just operate so well with one another. Like they weren't overdoing it. The setting was nice. Even like the vocal artists, like the people who were like singing in the back, were standing like a drink in their hand, singing in the mic. It was so casual, so smooth.
Yeah, I liked it. It was a good performance.
I liked that a lot.
The baby.
That was
the baby. His was off too. His was off. I was disappointed.
The majority of them were lip singing. I said somebody else.
He wasn't lip singing. He was just off from the words in the back. So I don't understand why they do it. Like if you're going to lip sync, just let the words be in the back. But if you're actually going to perform, then I don't feel like the words should be on. It should just be the beat or the instrumental. But he was actually, because you could tell he was rapping, but his was off. Like he was going faster than the.
Or at the time at the end, time he was going slower.
Yeah, it was weird. So that I did not like. However, I got to shout out my boy Malik Bannister, which I put his IG, down below. Him for being in the motherfucking music video and on the motherfucking stage performing.
Ew.
So shout out to you because you've been doing it since college, VCU. Hi.
Shout it out, shout it out.
2008, gang gang. But yes, bitch was out there performing. And I even had a message like, bitch, I saw you on BET. That's what I was doing after we watched it. I was like, bitch, I saw you. Facts. All right, I see it. Because he been talking about like doing that shit for like ever. And so I'm very proud.
That's what's up.
Very happy. Do your shit, continue on. And yes, so I just had to shut that
up. That's what's up. That's awesome. People pursuing and achieving.
Yes.
So hope continue to get those opportunities
Fact.
and keep doing it.
Fact. And I'm just gonna say, if you know the baby though, I come visit you in Cali, and we can just gradually.
No, you have J. Cole. Stop. You're being selfish. I'm gonna tell them.
And you can just gradually just be like, hey, this is my friend over here, and I'm just gonna say hi, and just get an autograph. I get you autograph. So I'm planning a trip to Cali next year. We can make this happen. Okay. Cool. But yeah, so I was happy when I saw him. I think you saw how excited I was.
Yeah, you're like him. I was like, the baby. Yeah, it's him.
And I was like, oh my god.
I remember you telling me about that too. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, he been in a couple of people's shit, but I was just you on fucking TV, bitch. Like, that's crazy. We're gonna be like that one day.
Yeah. Watch out, guys. Watch
and
out.
just remember this day.
We speak of all these things. Speaking, claiming, it's ours.
Exactly. So that was good. Who else was it? Who else performed?
All the other ones, for some reason, I don't think they're worth mentioning.
Megan.
With
the Megan came out with
that was DJ Khaled's song. It was DJ Khaled, Lil Baby, The Baby, H.E.R.
H.E.R was playing that thing, baby. I didn't know she played
drums,
instruments.
Guitar.
Yes, I was like, you better do that
shit.
She
does piano. She did a lot of instruments.
So you better fuck it all up and get all the coins. You know what I'm saying? Get all of them. Mm-hmm. So I like Megan. So she was doing her shit. She got off stage. Then it was the baby's part, and he popped up, and I was like, oh,
that's what's up.
Okay, that's cool. It was crazy, y'all. It was crazy. I enjoyed
it. Every other artist had pretty much stayed on
and they also took a picture then.
They did, yeah. She definitely, the moment right before he came up, she performed Kingdom Steps and left, and then he came out from like this middle piece underneath.
I like them together.
They've got, a lot going on right now. I remember I sent video because Tory Lanez had a song with the baby, I think recorded prior to everything happening between Tory and Megan, which is one thing. But the baby has since recorded a video with Tory since everything happened. And they published it, and there's been a lot of stuff going around the internet with Meg's man Party, and I think it's his name Party, and
Partisan
something.
Fontaine.
So between Meg's man, Meg, and the baby. So, and I wonder, they did this song with DJ Khaled where they're all on it. So then they do the performance. So the moment Meg was done, she was out that money.
Yeah. Like, I'm really sad about that because I love their energy and their songs and stuff together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn. Because they be like hyping each other. Like, I'm really sad. I hope whatever gets figured out.
I wonder if it was worth it for him or if they're going to patch it later or how that's going to go. Because, yeah, they make really great songs together and there's always just a awesome energy between them.
Always be saying her name.
Yeah, they always mention each other in their songs. It's always just like a cute banter piece in there.
And so I'm curious on why he did it. I guess probably money is the only thing I could get.
I mean, it's money and it's not his business. At the same time, I think it's one of those things like it ain't my name's been in it. I'm not in it.
But I guess because, and that's where she was saying, oh, so now you're saying that now, but that's not what
right,
she was saying at the beginning. So that is where the conflict is coming in because if that's what you should have said at the beginning, like, hey, I understand that's you my girl. This is money. It has nothing, I'm not saying I'm cool with them, but this is money. We're gonna a song together or whatever it may be. So I'm still gonna make music because that's my livelihood. But I'm not gonna like hang out with them. Like that's not what it is. So if that's how that was at the beginning, it's different. But I think it's because you, again, I have no idea. I don't know. But if that's what's being said, is that you said something different at the beginning, and now you have changed it. That's totally different.
Right.
So that would be like me saying to you, no, I ain't gonna hang out with X, Y, and Z, and that's it, and that's whatever. And then you see me hanging out with X, Y, and Z, I'm confused. Why are you hanging out with X, Y, and Z?
Yeah, because I think he's one of the first. That's one of the first videos he's put out since they went through everything. So it looks to be like one of the first artists that seems to, like, from the public perspective, blah 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 blah. That he's like aligned with him in a way. It's just what the public perception looks.
Yeah. So hopefully they figure it out and it's all good. And because we need more of the Meg and the duo.
Mm-hmm. I mean, speaking of one of the people who was on the stage with them, my baby girl, H.E.R.
Yes.
She's come out with a whole album.
Woo!
On your bitch ass.
Ooh, yes, and the album fire. There's only one song I don't really care for, but other than that, album fire. There's two songs. Well, outside of the two songs that of course are known. So, Damage, of course, is a known song.
And Come Through and Slide. I didn't realize all those. So Slide, Come Through, and Damage are all on
that. Yeah. So those songs that were already known.
Obvious.
Yes. But the two that I absolutely love, the first one is Mean It. Oh, damn, three, huh? First one is Mean It. Fucks with that song hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
Did you mean it? Probably not. Every time she say that in the song, I always say, nope. So Mean It. And then the song with her and Ty Dolla $ign's Back of My Mind.
Mm-hmm.
Fucks with that hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other song called Cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Those three songs, outside of the other three songs that were put out before, fucks with hardcore.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yes. It put me in a mood. Like, I definitely cried because it made me think of people, and I was like, all right.
Mm-hmm.
It put me there. But Back in My Mind also put me there. Yeah. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It puts you through emotions. You get some like cute, sexy songs. You got some all right boppers, and then you got the all right, we in feelings today. Got it.
Yeah. I think in addition to those, there was one other song that I liked, Paradise with Young Blue.
I didn't care for it.
I liked it. He said, keep that pussy on lock, and she said, keep them bitches on block. I said, I felt that.
I don't know, maybe I think I just didn't really play it all the way through because I just couldn't get into it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was one of the songs I played through, and then there was, is it Her and Lil Baby or Her and somebody else? Who is it? It's Her and somebody else. Dang, who is it?
Corday. Oh, no, there is a song with Lil Baby up there.
One of them I was just like, it's whatever, like, it was okay. We Made It, I fucks with. Her and the one with Corday, I didn't care for. So maybe the one is the one I like with Young Blue. But it was one of those two that I was like, I'm okay.
I love when people put Ty Dolla $ign on a fucking song.
I love it. Yeah, Back of My Mind was a good one.
I wish that his independent albums were as good. I think it was Beach House. Beach House wasn't bad. But like everything else, I'm like,
not feeling it.
No, just not. But like anything he's featured on, baby, love it. It's gold. Like he's a great artist to be featured on a song. Just like what was it with Jhené Aiko and Big Sean?
Mm-hmm.
Body Language. I love him featured on a song. He kills a chorus in it. Like, love it. Why can that not shine through for your own albums?
Maybe it's time to make a movie like that.
I get it. Hopefully he's able to make and sustain himself with good money doing the features, being that his own albums don't come out, and hit as well as his features do. Hopefully he's able to, make good money still off his features because he's a feature killer, man. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So that was good. I really enjoyed BT Awards, her album.
I love a good body of work. I love, especially with here the last couple of years, these women in R&B have been
with
putting Jasmine, Kalani, Tiana Taylor, Summer Walker, Ella May, Kiana Lede came out with a really good one. Like, they are just killing
it. The game.
They're killing it, and I'm all the way here for it. Keep coming out. I think Ella May's coming out with something again soon. Summer Walker. I definitely need me some of their albums for the summer.
Yeah, I need me a R&B.
Yes, we do for that too. We definitely do for that. So I think it's a good time to go ahead and slide
to the left, burn. Slide to the right,
burn.
One hot cross.
Well. Everybody, clap your hands.
Hello, keyboard. Hey, hey,
keyboard. Hey. Well, see, let's get into this topic right here.
Okay, you going first or I going first?
So we gotta know what it is first.
You. Okay, how to get over someone, or how to let go of. How do you fall out of love?
Ooh.
Do you know?
How to get over someone, how to let go of someone, how to fall out of love.
Yeah, Sophie, baby, you go first.
So, for me, I know the way that I process things. I know the way that I do is not very customary for a lot of other people. It's how I handle all emotions, not just in dealing with, like, romantic with other people. I'm very much a compartmentalized person.
Okay.
Where I, like, analyze stuff. And does this make sense? If it does or it doesn't. And it all depends on the situation with, like, what happens, what transpires. So, like, for example, like, my last long-term relationship that I had, we had gone through a couple breakups before our last, like, real breakup. And the first two, like, they were just, like, little piddly breakups. There weren't, like, no huge arguments. There wasn't, like, either of us did each other, like, super wrong. We just broke up. So both of those times, I feel like for me, it was kind of like hard to like let that person go. So I'm like, well, nothing really happened that was like harsh or like bad. There's no bad blood. So like those feelings still lingered. However, the last time we broke up, it was like some real shit hit the fan type stuff. And I'm like, okay, you like have shown me something that helps me understand why this isn't good and why this won't work. So I can apply logic now to why that's just not going to happen. Okay. And once I applied that logic to it, I'm like, it doesn't make sense for me to love you. So and I think that, that may not always be the best way, because once I, compartmentalize it in that way or apply that logic piece, then I'm no longer dealing with the feelings. I'm just like, it doesn't really matter how you feel. That doesn't make sense. He did you dirt. Or he fucked you up real bad with what he did. So I don't, I don't feel no type of way. I don't feel like I'm missing anything because that's how I deal with things. But that's really how I deal, like, even with, like, grief. Like, when I had to make the decision to put Prince down, I put that in a logic perspective. This is what needs to happen. It doesn't really matter how I feel about it. What needs to occur? So, yeah, I'm very much a based in logic person. So that is, but it's all in how because some people handle when they want to separate from somebody differently. Some people will still allow that person access to them. I'm not one of those people. Like, when I am ready to be done with somebody, especially, I just completely cut. Like, you can't call me, you can't text me, we can't follow each other on the socials no more. You're blocked on everything, because I just need to remove you from my personal space, my energy. Because especially with people who, like, you love or you were in a relationship with, that was your purpose in my life. We're not together no more. The purpose is done. Like, I don't need friends. I have friends. I don't need you to become a friend after we're no longer together. That's just how I look at it. Like, even with people who I date, like, afterwards, if it didn't work out, I don't tend to keep people who I date around afterwards as friends either. Your purpose when you came into my life was for me to date you. Again, I have friends. I don't need to make new friends. Like, and for me, it just doesn't work out for me that way. So, yeah, I just compartmentalize, and once you no longer meet the criteria for the category you came into my life with, then you're gone.
Okay.
Yeah. That's for the most part.
Straightforward.
Yeah, there don't be a lot of gray areas for me. It'd be black or white. Either we is or we ain't.
We is or we ain't. We is or we is.
Yeah. I'll cry over spilled milk for 2.5 seconds and I'm over it.
Y'all, she ruthless over here, y'all.
I'm just a very based in logic person. I'm a very analytical person. If it don't make sense,
it don't make. What's that song?
If it don't make money.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, what about you?
I don't want to talk about it. No.
Well, that's tough shit.
How to get over.
Or is it still something that you still are in the process of figuring out how to do? Some people, that's,
I definitely think it is a process.
Mm-hmm.
I am not the same as you, depending on what it is. Because I've definitely been able to cut people off.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's someone that I actually truly had deep love for, it's a whole process I have to go through. Mm-hmm. So at the beginning, it's usually like, really, do I need to stop talking to them? Is it something that we can work out? That's usually the first phase of it. And then once it gets to a part where either they've done something to show me that really us is not where it needs to be, then that's where I start all right, well, maybe we can be friends. Or, if it's too much or whatever it may be, then, it's a cutoff thing. But gradually, sometimes they may message you and you're like, oh, should I respond? Should I not? And so I have to go through all of those phases to get to the point where either we are truly just friends or we're just cut off. Mm-hmm. So those are my phases.
Have you ever found it to be counteracted for what you're trying to do with allowing someone to remain in your life that you either aren't with anymore, or you've got to find a way to no longer love that person? Have you found that to be counteractive for what you're doing or what you want to do with that person?
Probably with a specific with a specific individual. Probably. It was definitely hard, and it's something that I had to learn that we really can't be friends.
Right.
Just because the love that I had for the person. Mm-hmm. It was very hard, and yeah. Other people, I have been friends with probably majority of my exes because a lot of us started off as friends. Mm-hmm. And then it gradually got to something else. But a lot, like even with my ex-husband, we were friends before we dated and then got married. Like out of the major people, of course there were some in between that were just butt buddies or whatever.
Do you feel like that ever complicates things for you to have people as friends first and then they turn into more?
No, not particularly, because I like to see if I like you as a person. Mm-hmm. And that's how I know is like depending upon what we're doing, like if we're friends or not or whatever. Like I feel like a relationship, like you have to be friends. Mm-hmm. That's just again, that's just my opinion. And a lot of them, like I said, I've dated a lot of them. There are some that I still talk to, and I've been friends with for many years. But a lot of them, after a while, we just stop talking. It's just like something that happens. So it's not something where I cut them off unless they did something really grimy. Then that's different. I've definitely cut people off for that. But some is just I don't know. I guess it's just.
Have you ever found that to complicate your dating?
Like future people? Mm-hmm. No, because I'm upfront honest with them. Mm-hmm. There's no point. Like if they ask, have you, I'm like, yeah, my friend X, Y, and Z, and they're like, well, have you dated that person or whatever, and I say yes or no if it has or hasn't occurred. Because there's definitely people that are male friends that I have never. Mm-hmm. But there are some that I have. So just if they ask, then that's all. And then we have that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go from
There was this, it actually kind of fits into this that I saw. Someone posted and said, do you think you can be over someone but not over the connection y'all shared?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree. Because you could be over the person, like, I don't care for you in that manner, but it may have been something that, especially if y'all were friends or whatever it may be, y'all just had this certain type of connection. Like, y'all could hang out and talk for hours, and there doesn't have to be anything sexual, or doesn't have to be anything of that type of connection, but it could just be y'all have, whether it be a spiritual connection, you know, if y'all believe in that stuff, or it could just be that y'all could literally, like, there's a person that I could literally sit and could talk about anything with, and that's just the connection that we have. And then, again, it doesn't have to be anything physical. We don't do anything. It's just that's the connection. We just have great conversations. We can hang out, play games. We can, you know, watch TV. You know, those are the things that we can do, and it doesn't need to be physical.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to have someone to talk to,
mm-hmm.
and maybe it's just, I think sometimes is when you still have that connection with that person, it's because you haven't maybe found that connection with the partner.
Mm-hmm.
Or someone that you're talking to. Maybe you just aren't in that phase yet with your partner where maybe, I don't know if take over is the right word, but take over whatever connection you have with that person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe y'all just can't talk and sit for hours, and which is weird. But
mm-hmm.
maybe y'all just don't have that connection where you can talk about anything. Maybe y'all don't have where y'all can just sit and be able to watch TV and relax, and, you know, don't have to always be lovey-dovey and all up on each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. What about you?
I don't know if I can really speak to that because the one time, well, that person wasn't even in the person who we had kind of gone through a couple times, like breakups. It wasn't like I had them back in my life as like a friend capacity, and then we just kind of kept getting back together. Mm-hmm. Like, they were cut off until we got back together. So I don't really know if I can speak to that because I haven't really had. That was really the only person who I've like been with who I would like put that as like a serious like contender. Everybody really before that was just like a high school boyfriend, so it doesn't really count. I'm not even friends with anybody who I dated in high school either. So I don't really know if I can speak to that, and I'm not sure if yeah, I don't not for anything that's like serious, no. Okay. Like maybe like something casual, mm-hmm. or like dating a couple times maybe, but like anything that was like serious, like there was like the word love was involved. Yeah, I don't think that's something that I could separate, or something that can be separated. I think that's a piece that you give to that person. They're, as long as they're in your life, and for me, that's a piece that's going to be ongoing, mm-hmm. with that individual. Okay. So no, not for me.
All right. Well, y'all let us know what y'all think. You know, do y'all think y'all can be friends with someone that y'all are used to talk to, date, you know, seriously? How did y'all get over somebody? How did you get over what you believed at that time was the love of your life? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How did y'all do that? You know, share in the comments down below, and make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe until
everybody. As always, guys, you need to set each day with new intention. Life is tough, my dear, but so are you.
You know, I had to do a little bit for y'all to say it. And just remember that each of you are beautiful, and to never stay what?
Stagnant.
In your motherfucking life. Bye.
Until next time, guys.